Doug in Hamul, California. Hey, Doug, I am mixed up about what the Constitution means.
Yeah, of course you are. I love it when you go on your Marxist rants and you start going on these rants and these rabbles about we the people and phony baloney democracy, because we're never intended to be a democracy, and you know that full well. And you know Jefferson was the ambassador to France, so he had little to no influence on the Constitutional Convention. Our representatives.
Doug, wait a second. You can't just do a serial chain of things that are not factually true and not expect to be rebutted on them. Jefferson was constantly corresponding with Madison, who was in the Constitutional Convention. Jefferson was the first person to see the first draft of the Constitution, in fact, or one of the very first people. Jefferson led the revolt against the Constitution that nearly brought it down, and the consequence of that was that the Bill of Rights got written at before the Constitution was put forward for ratification in 1791. Yes, he was not our ambassador to France. He was the emissary. Emissary is not the right word. There was another word for it, but he was our representative to France. Yes, during that time. But when the Constitutional Convention, he certainly signed that, and he did envision a small d democracy. The word democracy and the word republic were not separated from each other until 1787 by James Madison in the Federalist Papers, and it was purely to help promote the Constitution. It was to make a political point. Back to you,
That's
Doug.
Correct. A political point to say that we are not a democracy where you're phony baloney 51% of the vote, and Congress and the government can force us to do whatever
Doug, then
we want.
why is the president the president?
Obamacare. Force. More laws, more force. You're sedition.
Okay.
You're rebelling
Doug,
against
if you don't like a form of government where 51% of the people can elect somebody who can pass a law, and laws do involve force. Laws are enforced by guys with guns, no doubt about it. If you don't like a system where majority rules, what's your alternative?
It's majority rule was never supposed to be the alternative. You're going to roughshod. You're supporting the system right now with Obamacare that roughshods over my constitutional rights and forces people to go into Obamacare, forces people into these phony baloney laws. We have more criminals in frickin' prison than China has. That's your democracy.
The person having the greatest number of votes shall be the president. If such number be a minority, the whole number of electors appointed, or if there be more than one who shall have such a majority and have an equal number of votes, then the House of Representatives shall choose. It says right in the Constitution that the president's elected by the majority. What's your alternative to majority win?
Do you know how you're missing the point? You're missing the point because you have to respect the Bill of Rights and our constitutional rights.
Where in the Bill of Rights does it say that the majority doesn't win?
Do you understand that? You don't seem to understand.
What's your alternative, Doug? You call me a Marxist. What's your alternative?
What do you mean? Honor your oath of office. That's what you do to the written, intended, and ratified amendments of the Constitution. Not make them up as you go like you're doing. There's no.
I'm not an elected official, Doug.
Thank God.
Well, okay. I guess we're clear on our positions. I agree with you, by the way. Thank God I'm not an elected official. I would not want to be one. I frankly don't have the courage to be an elected official. I have a lot of respect for many of those people who are willing to go through that sausage grinder to become an elected official. We'll be back.